Law reform is the process where outdated, unclear, or unfair laws are reviewed and updated to meet modern needs. The influences on Parliament are political, public opinion, media, pressure groups, lobbyists, and the Law Commission, where each can shape the laws that are proposed or passed. The political influences on Parliament are the policies and priorities of the governing party, where they seek to fulfill their manifesto promises. An act that has been brought about because of political influence is the Hunting Act 2004, where the government aimed to meet electoral commitments. The advantage of political influences influencing lawmaking is that laws reflect the elected party's mandate. However, the disadvantage is that changes may prioritize political gain over public interest. Public opinion influences Parliament, as widespread concerns or strong reactions from society can pressure MPs to act. An act that has been brought about because of the influence of public opinion is the Dangerous Dogs Act 1991, where rising fear about dog attacks pushed the government to legislate quickly. The advantage of public opinion influencing lawmaking is that it allows the law to respond to social attitudes. However, the disadvantage is that rapid responses may lead to poorly drafted legislation. Media influences Parliament, as newspapers, television, and online platforms can highlight issues and shape public debate. An act that has been brought about because of the influence of media is the Criminal Justice Act 2003, where coverage of high-profile crimes encouraged tougher sentencing laws. The advantage of media influencing lawmaking is that it brings attention to important problems. However, the disadvantage is that sensationalism can lead to biased or rushed laws. Pressure groups influences Parliament, as organised groups campaign for legal changes that support particular causes. An act that has been brought about because of the influence of pressure groups is the Equality Act 2010, where organisations promoting anti-discrimination helped shape reform. The advantage of pressure groups influencing lawmaking is that specialist knowledge improves legislation. However, the disadvantage is that groups with greater resources may dominate attention. Lobbyists influences Parliament, as professional advocates promote the interests of clients and seek to persuade MPs. An act that has been brought about because of the influence of lobbyists is the Data Protection Act 2018, where industry representatives contributed to shaping regulatory standards. The advantage of lobbyists influencing lawmaking is that MPs gain expert insight. However, the disadvantage is that private interests may outweigh the wider public good. The Law Commission is an independent body reviewing and recommending legal reform and influence Parliament by producing reports and draft bills. An act that has been brought about because of the influence of Law Commission is the Consumer Rights Act 2015, where its proposals clarified and strengthened consumer protection. The Law Commission is able to reform the law by conducting research, consulting widely, and presenting detailed recommendations. Some examples of law reforms by the Law Commission are changes to contract law, criminal law codification work, and reforms to family law. The advantage of the Law Commission influencing lawmaking is that reforms are researched, considered, and impartial. However, the disadvantage is that Parliament may ignore or delay its recommendations. Thank you for watching this video on law reform. I'll see you in the next one.